Everything felt perfect. My family, my best friend, my life. Mina was always by my side, smiling, laughing, acting like nothing was wrong. But I didn't know. She was hiding something deep inside her heart. Something she read when she was just 15. Something that changed her forever. A secret written in her mother's journal about betrayal. She read and my father's name was inside it. And I was the only one who never saw it coming. That night, after the revelation, everything felt different in the house. I could feel it even without anyone saying it. Dinner has already ended. The plates were cleared and the house slowly became quiet. But inside my parents' hearts, nothing felt calm. And strangely, I felt it too. Something had shifted. Something nobody was saying out loud. Later that night, my parents went into their bedroom. For a few seconds, neither of them spoke. Even from outside, I could feel the silence was heavy, not peaceful. Then my mother finally broke it. "It's really a small world," she said softly, shaking her head. "That little girl who stayed in our house for a week is Mina." My father nodded slowly. "Yes, it really is a small world," he replied quietly. But his voice, it carried something deeper, like memory. My mother looked at him for a moment, then her tone changed. "But wait," she said slowly. "There is something I don't understand." He looked at her. She continued, more serious now. "You know Mina's parents, for God's sake. I know their family. We were not strangers. So how could something that big happen between you and your friend, and I never knew the full story?" And in that moment, I realized something strange. This wasn't just about Mina. It was about history I had never been told. Silence followed. My father looked away. Not angry, not defensive, just quiet, like someone carrying old memories too heavy to explain. And for the first time, I saw him like that. My mother didn't stop. She continued, "I remember asking you back then what really happened between you and him. You always said it was nothing serious, but it never felt like nothing serious." She paused. "And anytime I brought it up again, you always changed the topic." My father stayed quiet, and I could tell this wasn't something he enjoyed remembering. Then he finally spoke, low and calm. "I didn't want to bring back old pain," he said. And somehow, that line made the room feel even heavier. Because pain doesn't disappear just because we ignore it. My mother exhaled slowly. "Pain doesn't disappear when you avoid it," she replied softly. Another silence followed. Then she spoke again, this time softer but more decided. "Now that we know where they are, I think we should go and see them." My father looked at her, and I could feel the shift in the room. This was no longer discussion, it was decision forming. She continued, "Mina and her auntie, it's been too many years. We are not going there for questions, just to see them properly." He stayed quiet for a moment. Then he nodded slowly. "I agree, we should see them." Then he paused, and his voice softened. "And forgive me," he added gently, "for not telling you everything clearly before. I should have handled it better." My mother listened, her expression softening. And I remember thinking, even after all these years, there was still love between them underneath everything. My father continued, "But that is all in the past now. What matters is not what happened before, it's how we move forward and make amends." My mother nodded slowly. "Yes," she said softly. "Then we go, just a courtesy visit." And in that moment, the decision was made. Not from anger, not from confusion, but from something deeper, something quieter. A need to reconnect with a past that had been lost for too long. And somewhere in all of it, Mina's name reopened a door we thought was long closed. A door I didn't even know existed until that night. The next morning, which was Saturday, the house felt calm, but not completely normal. Everyone woke up early. There was no rush, no loud noise, just a quiet awareness that something important was going to happen that day. Even I could feel it, like the house was waiting for something. Breakfast was simple. We all sat at the table, eating quietly at first, each of us lost in our own thoughts. The clinking of spoons against plates was the only sound for a while, but even that silence felt heavy, like nobody wanted to be the first to speak. Then my father looked up and said, "We need to tell you all something." I raised my head with Ike. My mother continued gently, "We're going to see Mina and her auntie today." A brief silence followed. I wasn't surprised. Somehow, I had already felt it coming, so I just nodded slowly. Ike looked between all of us. "Today?" he asked. "Yes," my father replied calmly. "It's just a visit. It's been a long time, and now that we know where they are, it's only right." I could hear the calmness in his voice, but I also knew there was something deeper behind it. Ike nodded. "That makes sense," he said. I placed my spoon down and looked at my parents. "I agree," I said softly. "It's a good idea." Then I added, "I'll call Mina and let her know we're coming, so we don't take them unawares." My mother nodded. "Yes, that's better." I stood up with my phone and stepped aside. But as I walked away, I felt something I couldn't explain. Not fear, not excitement, just something unsettled inside me. Like my heart already knew this visit meant more than I was saying out loud. I dialed Mina's number. After a few rings, she answered. "Hello? It's me, Mina. We're coming to your house today." There was a short silence, a little too long. "Today?" she asked. "Yes," I replied. "But don't worry, it's just a visit. Please tell your auntie so we don't take them unawares." She paused again, then softly said, "Okay, I'll tell her." But I noticed something in her voice, something uncertain, something she didn't fully say. And for a moment, I just stayed quiet after the call ended. When I returned to the table, I said, "They know we're coming." My father nodded. "Good." But even that one word felt heavier than normal. Not long after breakfast, we all got ready. It wasn't anything special, no dressing up, just simple, neat clothes. But even in that simplicity, I could feel tension in the air, like everyone was thinking the same thing, but no one wanted to say it. I noticed my father moving slower than usual, like his thoughts were somewhere far away. My mother looked calm, but deep in thought. Even Ike was quieter than normal. This wasn't just a visit. I could feel that clearly now. Soon, we were all in the car. I sat in front. My father was driving. My mother and Ike sat at the back. At first, no one spoke. The silence wasn't uncomfortable, but it was heavy, like something sitting in the air between all of us. I finally broke it. "Turn right here," I said softly. My father followed my direction. We drove through a quieter part of town, peaceful but unfamiliar in a strange way. "Go straight, then take the next left," I added. My father nodded, focused. My mother looked out of the window quietly. "This is where they live?" she asked softly. "Yes," I replied. "It's not too far from here." The closer we got, the quieter the car became. Even Ike stopped talking completely. My heart started beating a little faster. I had been here before, but this time, everything felt different. Like I wasn't just going for a visit, but walking into something I couldn't control. "Slow down, it's this street." The car turned in. A few houses lined the street. Simple, quiet, normal, but none of it felt normal to me anymore. I pointed ahead. "That's the house." My father slowed down and parked. For a moment, none of us moved.
None of us spoke. It was like we all needed a second to breathe before stepping into something important. I looked at the house, then at my parents. My mother took a soft breath. "We're here," she said quietly. My father turned off the engine. Still, nobody stepped out immediately, because somehow I felt it too. This wasn't just a visit. It was something bigger than all of us had expected. And I didn't know why, but I had a feeling everything was about to change again.
That day, I still remember how everything started. We stepped out of the car together, and for a moment I just stood there looking ahead. My heart felt calm, but somehow I couldn't explain the feeling inside me. Mina was already there, so was her auntie, standing near the restaurant like they had been waiting for us. The air felt warm, but also slightly heavy, like something important was about to happen. The moment Mina saw me, she didn't wait for anyone. She walked straight to me and hugged me first. I hugged her back immediately. "Mina," I said softly. And in that moment, everything between us felt normal again, like nothing had ever changed, like we were still the same girls from before. For a brief second, I even forgot everything else. Then I heard Ike's voice. "Mina!" And before I could even turn fully, he had already ran to her. He was so happy to see her, so excited. Mina smiled immediately and hugged her back warmly. "Ike," she said, laughing lightly. Watching them made me smile. They always had that pure, easy connection. With us, Mina was completely fine, completely herself, and I liked seeing that. Then Mina's auntie walked forward to greet my parents, and I watched as my dad smiled at her. "Auntie, longest time," he said warmly. She laughed. "Yes, so it's really been a long time." There was something familiar in their voices, like time had only paused, not broken them. I found myself quietly observing everything. Something about this reunion felt deeper than I expected. But then I noticed something. Mina wasn't fully the same when she looked at my parents. Not rude, not cold, just unsure, like she didn't know how to act anymore. She stood quietly for a moment, and I could feel it. Something had shifted inside her, and I didn't understand why, but I felt it strongly. My mom noticed too. She looked at Mina gently. "How are you, my dear?" she asked softly. Mina looked up immediately and smiled politely. "I'm fine, ma, sir," she replied. But my mom paused. Her expression changed a little, soft, almost thoughtful. "Ma," she repeated gently. Then she smiled. "Not mommy again?" I remember that moment clearly because Mina had once called her mom before. My mom's voice softened even more. "You asked me before if you could call me mommy, and I said yes. You call me mom. What changes now?" Then she opened her arms slightly. "Come here and give me a hug, my girl." Mina smiled again, this time a little warmer. She stepped forward and hugged my mom. It wasn't tight like the one she gave me earlier, but it was respectful, gentle. My mom held her like she had missed her, and I just watched quietly. Something in my chest tightened slightly. I didn't know why. After that, we all moved inside together, into the living room. Everyone sat down. My parents, Mina, her auntie, Ike, all of us. And for a moment, it felt normal again, like one big family sitting together. But deep inside me, I still felt that strange shift I couldn't explain. Even as we talked and laughed, I kept noticing Mina. She was fine with me. She was fine with Ike. But whenever my parents were mentioned, she became quieter, careful, like she was thinking too much, like something in her mind was working constantly, even while she smiled. I didn't say anything, but I saw it, and something inside me told me this wasn't random. Something had changed in Mina, something she wasn't telling me yet, and I had no idea that this was only the beginning. When I think back to that day, I remember everything clearly. We were all already seated in the living room. My parents, Ike, Mina, her auntie, and I. The atmosphere had changed completely. What started as a careful reunion had now softened into something warm and familiar. We chatted easily. Old memories came up. Small laughter followed. Even Ike joined in, making light jokes that made everyone smile. Mina sat beside me, relaxed. For that moment, she felt normal again, free, like nothing had changed. And I could feel it. She was comfortable with me, but still slightly careful around my parents. I still didn't understand why. After a few minutes of chatting, Mina's auntie suddenly stood up. "Please, excuse me," she said with a smile. "I won't let you people go without eating." Before anyone could stop her, she stepped out quickly. I smiled slightly and looked at Mina. "She's serious," I said softly. Mina nodded. "That's how she is," she replied. A short while later, Mina's auntie returned from the restaurant. One of her sales girls followed behind her carrying trays of freshly prepared food. The aroma filled the room immediately. Hot food, carefully arranged, prepared with effort. Mina stood up quickly. "Let me help," she said. I stood up too. "I'll help as well." Together we joined the sales girl, bringing in the food and arranging everything neatly. Plates were set, food was served, everything was placed properly. Mina's auntie stood back and watched us. Her eyes rested on me for a moment. Then she looked at my parents and smiled warmly. "You people raised her well," she said sincerely. "Very respectful, very humble. You can see it clearly." My father nodded with a calm smile. "Thank you," he said. My mother smiled too. "We tried our best," she added softly with a warm smile. We all began to eat. The room became lively. Conversation flowed naturally. We talked, we laughed, we ate together like one family. After a while, my father spoke gently. "So, how has everything been?" he asked, looking at Mina's auntie. There was a brief pause. Her smile softened. "It hasn't been easy," she said honestly. The room grew quieter. She continued slowly. "After everything that happened, we lost a lot. Things became very hard." She paused briefly. "There was a time we had almost nothing. I had to start again from the beginning." She gave a small smile. "But God has helped us." My father looked down slightly, and I could see something change in his face. Understanding. Deep understanding. Not pity, but reflection. Then my parents turned to Mina's auntie. My mother spoke gently first. "You've done a good job raising Mina, honestly." My father also nodded. "You really did your best raising her," he added calmly. Then they turned to Mina. My mother spoke softly. "You've done very well growing up, my dear." My dad added, "And you've grown into a fine lady young." Mina smiled softly. "Thank you, sir, Mom," she said. My dad smiled. "You can call me Dad too," he said softly to her. "After all, you used to call me that when you were a kid." We all laughed. Mina smiled too. And for a moment, I saw it. A real smile, calm, natural, no tension hiding behind it. And something inside me softened. The mood slowly became lighter again. More laughter, more conversation. Everything felt peaceful. For a while, it felt like a real family gathering. Warm, natural, right. After some time, my father stood up. "We should be going now," he said. My mother nodded. Mina's auntie quickly stood as well. "You are always welcome," she said warmly. We all stepped outside together. I hugged Mina first and said, "I'll call you later." Mina smiled. "Okay." Ike came next and hugged her excitedly. "Don't forget me, oh," he said playfully. Mina laughed. "I won't." Then my mother hugged Mina warmly. "You are always welcome in our home, anytime." My father nodded. "Yes, after all, you once stayed with us." And we all laughed softly. It felt real, comfortable, like family. We got into the car and drove off. Mina was standing there, watching us leave. Her auntie stood beside her quietly. Inside the car, I, Zara, sat quietly, watching the road ahead. My father was silent, thinking, replaying everything. The struggle, the strength,
the life they had rebuilt. And in that silence, I could feel something forming in him, something important. Days later, he acted, quietly. He helped Mina's auntie financially to support and grow her restaurant business. When she saw it, she froze. Then tears filled her eyes, not from pain, but from relief, from gratitude, from hope. Things began to change. The business improved. More customers came. Life became easier. And Mina became even closer to my family. She visited often. She was welcomed fully, not as a guest, but as one of us, like a second daughter. But deep inside me, I still felt something about Mina. Something quiet. Something she never fully said. Something I still couldn't explain. Something that was still waiting.
Life slowly became beautiful again, not just for one person, but for everyone. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, and somehow everything started falling into place. Mina and I grew even closer, not just as friends, but like sisters. She visited often. Sometimes she would come and sleep over, sometimes once, sometimes many times. It became normal, like she belonged there. My parents treated her like their own daughter. Anything they did for me, they did for her too. Everything was equal. Everything was balanced. And I was genuinely happy for her because Mina deserved it. I also spent time at Mina's place, helping in the restaurant, serving food, arranging plates, laughing with the sales girls. Sometimes I even slept there too. Mina's auntie always welcomed me warmly. There was no distance between us, just care, just family. Even Mina's auntie began visiting our home, and each time she came, she was received with happiness. We would sit together, talk, laugh, share moments like one family. Everything was going well, too well. Then came Mina's birthday, a calm day, simple but full of love. My parents called her outside. Confused, she followed them. I stood behind, smiling. When Mina stepped out, she froze. A classy, beautiful car stood in front of her, decorated, shining. For a few seconds, she didn't move, like she couldn't believe it was real. Is this for me?" she asked slowly. My father smiled. "Yes," he said. "Happy birthday." Tears filled Mina's eyes. I ran forward immediately and hugged her. "I'm so happy for you," I said, and I truly was. Mina smiled. She hugged my parents too. She said thank you. She looked happy, but sometimes, when no one was really watching, her smile didn't fully reach her eyes. I didn't notice it clearly at first, but slowly I began to see it. Something small, something quiet, something not fully right. Mina was always completely free with me and Ike. She laughed with us, joked with us, relaxed around us like she had no worries. But with my parents, especially my dad, she was different. Around him, she became careful, respectful in a very guarded way. She smiled less freely. She spoke more carefully, like she was constantly measuring her words, like she didn't fully know how to relax around him. And I couldn't understand why. Even my parents noticed too. They thought maybe because of the revelation, they will give her all the time she needs. At the same time, my life was also growing beautifully. I was in a relationship with Aiden. One day, I sat with my mother and Mina. "Mom," I said softly. She looked at me. Yes, love. There's someone that I'm seeing, Mom. His name is Aiden. Her eyes lifted slightly. Aiden? I nodded shyly. Yes. She looked at me for a moment. How long have you been seeing him? She asked. I hesitated. For a while now. Her expression changed slightly. Zara, she said gently but firmly, why didn't you tell me soonest? I quickly moved closer and hugged her. I'm sorry, Mom, I said softly. I just didn't know how to say it, especially because of Dad. You know how strict he can be sometimes. She sighed, then smiled gently. It's okay. You can have a boyfriend, but a good one. You are no more a little girl, okay? Mina, who was nearby, smiled. I told you to tell Mom, she said playfully. We all laughed, and for a moment, everything felt light again. My mother then said, I'll talk to your father, okay? Don't worry. Then she added softly, you can bring him home. Let us meet him. My heart lit up immediately. Thank you, Mom. Later that evening, I went out on a date with Aiden. We sat together, talking calmly. Aiden looked at me with seriousness in his eyes. Do you know how much you mean to me? He said. I smiled softly. Aiden, he continued, I'm not playing with this. I'm very serious about us. His voice was calm but firm, and I believed him. I love you too, I said softly. Then I added, my parents want to meet you. Aiden paused, then smiled. I'd like that, he said. Aiden is now 25, working in his father's company as a junior director, focused, serious, and sure about what he wanted in life. Now, Mina was 23. I was 22. We were no longer children. Life was opening up for us. From the outside, everything looked perfect. Friendship, family, love, success, everything. But deep down, something still didn't sit right. Something Mina couldn't explain, and I noticed it too. Especially the way she acted around my parents, like there was something behind her calm face she never fully showed. And the more perfect everything became, the harder it became to ignore it.
That period of my life felt so peaceful. I never knew it was the calm before everything broke. It started with Aiden coming to meet my family. I still remember that day clearly. He was calm, respectful, and very composed. The kind of person who always knew how to carry himself properly. My parents met him properly that day, and something surprised me. My father knew Aiden's father. They had worked together years ago. That instantly changed the atmosphere. There was familiarity, respect, and acceptance. My father looked at him and said, "Your father is a good man." Then after a short pause, he added, "I hope you are a good and hard-working young man, just like your father." Aiden smiled and replied respectfully, "I will do my best, sir." And I remember feeling relieved that day, like everything was falling into place. My mom held my hand and smiled at me softly. Mina was there too. She smiled like always. She laughed with me. She joked with Ike. She acted completely normal. And in my eyes, she was still my sister, my safe place, my person. We all sat together that day, talking, laughing. Everything felt light, natural, peaceful. I didn't see anything strange, not even once. After that, time moved quickly and graduation came. The day felt different from the moment it started. The air was full of excitement. People were smiling everywhere, and my heart was full of joy and nervous energy because this was the day we had all been waiting for. Mina and I both graduated with great honor. I studied literature and Mina studied theater arts. We stood on that stage together, smiling, clapping for each other like nothing in the world could ever go wrong. My parents were proud, her auntie was emotional, Even Ike couldn't stop smiling, and Aiden came too. After the ceremony, we all stayed outside taking pictures. So many pictures. Me and Mina in our gowns, me and Aiden smiling together, my parents standing proudly behind us, even Ike jumping into some of the photos and making everyone laugh. For that moment, everything felt perfect, like life had finally given us something beautiful to hold on to. But I didn't know that not everyone was feeling that same happiness. Mina was still the same Mina to me. She laughed with me. She stayed over sometimes. She visited often. She even ate with my family like she belonged there. And I never questioned it, not once. But with my parents, especially my father, there was something small I never understood. A quiet shift in her mood. A silence that came and went. I thought it was nothing. I thought it was just her personality. Then one night, I noticed something I couldn't forget. Mina was alone in her room. She thought no one was listening, and I heard her voice. I can't forget what I read. I can't forgive what happened. It's all connected. It's all him. I stopped walking. I didn't even understand what she meant. Then she said something else, lower, heavier. My mother was right. He destroyed everything. I walked away slowly from the door, confused, not knowing what I had just heard. I wanted to ask her about what I heard, but I don't want it to seem as if I was eavesdropping on her. That would be super weird. I told myself if she wants to talk about it, she would definitely tell me. After all, we don't hide anything from each other. I thought it was just something that is not that deep. Little did I know. And life continued after that. She still smiled the next morning. She still acted normal. She still laughed with me. And I still believed everything was fine. Because in my world then, Mina was my sister and I trusted her completely. But I didn't know that long before I met her properly, Mina had read her mother's journal when she was 15. A journal that told her about betrayal, about pain, about how her father's best friend ruined everything. And that story was still alive inside her. Even while she was smiling with us, even while she was sitting in our home, even while she was calling me her sister. And I never saw it, not once. And that was the part that changed everything. Because I didn't know it then, but that same story was about to collide with my own family.